I wish grandpa were here to see this. I've always liked older men. Huh, what the duck, Jonathan? Is this really what you expect me to look like? Be a lot cooler if you did. Supermodels. Chick working at McDonald's. Every cigarette you smoke takes 7 minutes off your student loan debt. Your mother just passed away. Lol. Dad, lol doesn't mean lots of love. I know what it means, you ducking normie. Today I made my first money as a photographer. I sold my camera. Condoms are for ducking pussies. No dick sucking in the library. When your parents scold you for having food on the bed, but you find yogurt stains in their bedroom. Thomas had never seen such bullshit before. Dear vegans, I killed this cow because it was eating your food. You're welcome. Why every Spanish person I know got a uncle named Chio? Y'all gon' tell him, or y'all want me to? Received a text from girlfriend saying she was breaking up with me. Imagine how relieved I was when a couple of minutes later she texted, sorry, wrong number. Me, I'm 17 but I have the body of a 5-year-old. My date, prove it. Me, opens freezer. My date. My wife got me a bracelet with the first initials of our kids on it. Now I lay on the side of the road, paramedics dragging me as I silently pray for Donna, Nick, and Rachel. Adam and Eve populated the earth. They had 3 sons. Me, the house is a disaster. We all need to clean. 8-year-old, who's coming over? Me, no one. We are cleaning for us. 8, but we already know we live like this. What do you consider is your greatest Shrekshal achievement? Haven't slept with my wife in over a year and still had a baby. Apparently sperm can survive for a long time in the uterus, and when this happens the color of the baby's skin gets darker. My girlfriend dressed up as a policewoman and told me I was under arrest on suspicion of being good in bed. After 2 minutes all charges were dropped due to a lack of evidence. Leader has ducked a horse. Leader has not ducked a horse that we know of. No data. Pro tip, when you talk to women, always add for a woman at the end of sentences when you pay them compliments. You're pretty smart for a woman. You're a good driver for a woman. They love that. Shows respect. No one. Absolutely no one. Single moms on a first date. Where the lie at? We all have done this before growing up, Feo. Being kissed in your sleepies, like the purest form of love, unless you are home alone or in prison. How to raise your IQ by eating gifted children. Hold up. Wait. What? I love this album. Bitch, are you driving a washing machine? My son just told me he's gay. I burst into tears. But not for the reason you think. You see, I understand that statistically, men earn about 20% more than women. Marrying a man instead of a woman is simply a wise long-term financial decision. So proud of my son. Just pulled the door handle off. Safe to say it was as surprised as I was. Courtroom exchange of the day. Attorney, doctor, before you performed the autopsy, did you check for a pulse? Witness, no. Attorney, did you check for blood pressure? Witness, no. Attorney, did you check for breathing? Witness, no. Attorney, so, then it is possible that the patient was alive when you began the autopsy? Witness, no. Attorney, how can you be so sure, doctor? Witness, because his brain was sitting on my desk in a jar. Attorney, but could the patient have still been alive, nevertheless? Witness, yes, it is possible that he could have been alive and practicing law. The Ohio butthole tickling bandit has escaped custody and being hunted by police. When people go underwater in movies, I like to hold my breath to see if I would have survived in that situation. Almost died in Finding Nemo. No ma'am. A gangbang isn't proof you can work as part of a team. So, I saw this doll at an antique store a few months ago. I kept thinking about this doll, seeing its face in my head. I decided it was time to bring it home today. Would you eat 6 donuts? Honestly, my takeaway from this chart is that donuts are healthier than I thought. This chick at work gave me a pill for my headache and I haven't blinked in 6 hours. Girl, you are going to jail. I just came out of the hospital, it was crack. Me deciding what I'm gonna do this weekend. When I was 5 my dog passed away. God takes the good souls early, grandma said. She's now a healthy 100-year-old. Selling my sister's wedding ring. We were married, but I caught her cheating, so no need to get into detail, you know the drill. Seeing Zeus and Hera's wholesome relationship and love for their kid in the film, reading actual mythology. Volkswagen Italia. My town had a really bad storm 2 days ago, and my neighbor lost the roof of his house and the poor guy doesn't have insurance. I've decided to start a GoFundMe to raise money so I can go to Hawaii for a few weeks cause he's about to start doing construction, and I hate being around all that noise. Have you seen that potato peeler thingy? She left you 2 days ago. 55 kilograms. 30 kilograms. The woman can balance herself, making it easier for you to carry her. Try picking up a 55 kilograms dead person. I agreed. It was really hard when I did it. One time I changed in front of my mom and she saw a tattoo I have next to my boob, and she was like, make sure your employer never sees that. Tattoos aren't professional. And it's like, duck, now I can't sleep with my boss without them thinking I'm unprofessional. Imagine being held at gunpoint, bear with me, by a literate animal, and the only hope of rescue is, bear with me, tweeting a coded message. 3 rules. No wishing for death. No falling in love. No bring back dead people. I wish for envelopes to moan when you lick them. There are 4 rules. What's the worst thing a woman has done on the first date? She literally asked what was their most expensive drink. The waiter met my eyes and the bro code kicked in. He just kept saying everything was out of stock. God bless him where he is now. I went back to give him a tip but he declined. Every time I click on an NSFW post, I've made a huge mistake. Certain subs for sure. They need to make 2 types of NSFW, one for gore and one for nudity. I mean, one will turn me on and the other is just naked women. 7 years old me when the teacher tells me to sit with a girl. Oman. 14 years old me when the teacher tells me to sit with a girl. Yemen. After impregnating her. Iran. I had fun at lunch. We doing it again soon? Yeah, sure. Cool. What you do? Getting ready for a date. Wait, what? 2 in 1 day. This one's a date he. 109-year-old woman said secret to long life is wanting to die. Why won't he just take me? Slow. Children at play. Hunting with shotgun only. My mom said we should speak Thai in public so we don't get targeted for speaking Mandarin, and I think it's so sweet that she's nice enough to believe that these stupid ducking racists can differentiate between Asian languages. Someday a person is going to die in a self-driving car and the car is just gonna keep driving with a dead body in it. Now a person dies in a normal car and the car crashes into whatever is in its path. Yeah, this is a hell of a lot better than the catastrophe that currently happens. Hey kids, it looks like grandma just pulled up to the house. Yeah, grandma. My bill after getting bit by a snake. Total charges. $153,161.25. Imagine your card declines and they bring the snake back in. The Teletubbies sun baby has a baby. We've been alive for too long. A bee in Brittany had to pay 2 separate college tuitions, but now their job only pays them 1 salary. The rose pattern bed sheets that I bought didn't quite turn out as I had hoped. Cheap PSU gives you different RGB called. Rig's gonna blow. A 26-year-old morgue worker was arrested after a DNA test revealed that her newborn child was the result of a necrophiliac intercourse with a man she was supposed to autopsy. What's the difference between a chickpea and a lentil? Never had a lentil on my face. When your snake decides they aren't hungry one day and now you have a pet rat, I'll take it. Not with that username. Today, with a DNA test, I found out that my husband is my half-brother. 30 years ago his father made a donation to the sperm bank my mother used, and I'm the result. To make matters worse, I'm pregnant. Duck my life. Daughter, Michael said he's mad at you. Me, who's Michael? Daughter, my imaginary friend. Me, lol. I had an imaginary friend named Michael too, but I forgot about him when I grew up. Daughter, I know. Me, you do. Daughter, that's why he's mad at you. When a guy tells me he owns a gun I'm like, oh, what's wrong with your dick? Last time I tried to use my dick on a home intruder I got in way more trouble. The cops were pretty upset, the intrude needed counseling, and I'm on a list. Just use a gun. A man hurled racist slurs and a punch at a FedEx driver, then died after he was punched back. Damn, he sent him to God. Same day shipping. I'd rather be pissed off than pissed on. This is one of those times when the difference between then and then is very important. I'm really ducking high, and I just remembered I gotta take my dog to the vet. You never had a dog? Who this then? I hope it's a PS5. You can use it at Walmart to get a free PS5. When your partner tells you he or she cheated on you, I know there's a temptation to ask with who. Resist it. Instead ask with whom. Speak good English, no matter the circumstances. People who've had Shreks with celebrities, how was it? Great until they kicked me out of the wax museum. About right there. All animals want to live. Where do you draw the line? $1 million to never masturbate again. Or $100 every time you masturbate. Me with $1 million. It flies by so fast. I wish I had 2 Christmases. We had some news. Guy, I'm so excited for this date. I've been saving up all week. Girl, I really don't mind splitting the bill. Guy, yeah, I'm not talking about the bill. Cop, you were going fast. Me, I was just trying to keep up with traffic. Cop, there isn't any. Me, I know. That's how far behind I am. Oh my heart. This one asked for booby at bedtime tonight, having not boobed for a few days. Just before he latched on, he shared these words of wisdom with me. Booby is not actually just milk. It's a device that moves your love into me and my love into you. Joshua, aged 6 years and 5 months. This movie theater lets you watch movies while relaxing in double beds. All fun and games till a random load lands in your date's hair. I donated my kidney yesterday and my fiance got me this cake. They took my freaking kidney. Why are you the way that you are? 90s Nickelodeon. May I slap you with my spicy burrito? What games lets me play as a fat ugly bastard? Real life. Couldn't decide what art to put in my living room, so I hung up a picture of the living room. How does he have the picture in the picture? When she says size doesn't matter, but her toy collection determined that was a lie. Enraged monkeys kill 250 dogs by dragging them to the top of buildings and dropping them off out of revenge after pups killed one of their infants in Indian village. According to local reports, there are now barely any dogs left in Laval village. Villagers say monkeys drag dogs up to high place and drop them to their death. But without any dog targets, the monkeys are now reportedly turning on children. Everybody jumping on the anime wave now. Remember when we used to be weird for liking anime? You weren't weird for liking anime. You were weird for trying to do their special attacks during recess. Bet you can't hit me with a quarter. Man murdered a lady's mother and cousin. She then befriended him and supported his early release. Then when he was released, he murdered her too. Dad, have you ever recognized your mistakes? Of course. Why do you think you have my last name? He started slowly undoing his belt from under the table. She bit her lip. Was this really happening? Here, duck it, she thought, and started undoing her own belt. He motioned to the waiter, another round of wings please. They smiled at each other, knowing they both had room now. How to deal with a bully. Hey, Mert, I kissed your sister last night. How did my cum taste? In 2005, a South African man, Memellion, adopted a baby hippo after rescuing it from a river 6 years later. After years of bonding between the two, the hippo dragged him into that same river and ate him. Around 1,000 Jupiters could fit inside the sun. Around 1,300 Earths could fit inside Jupiter. Around 63 Earths could fit inside Uranus. 64 if you relax. 10 years from now you'll put on a jacket and find a mask in the pocket. Oh man, what a weird year that was, you'll chuckle to yourself. Then you'll pick up your machete and continue across the wasteland, keeping to the shadows to avoid the roving gangs of cannibal raiders. Eating plastic so turtles don't have to. He a little confused, but he got the spirit. I go to the gym 6 times a week. Wow. Are you an athlete? Postman. Crispy children sandwich $5.89. I just came back from the doctors and they told me I'm very sick. Sick of everyone's bullshit. Woman, originally from the Netherlands, but who moved to Switzerland at age 8, is denied citizenship because people of her town found her too annoying. A vegan, she thought that placing cowbells on cows is a form of animal abuse. Won't you guys finish this? Damn, this NNN challenge keeps getting harder. Wait, what? Ancestry. Nearly 8 years old, and Uncharted 4 still holds up insanely well. I enjoy watching cartoons of pregnant men. Can't wait to see what Naughty Dog has cooking up next. Odysseus, we now set out on our odyssey. Seller, raising hand. What's an odyssey? Odysseus, a long journey named after the only survivor. Seller, oh okay wait what? Florida man arrested for passing every drug test. How did we get here? Have every effect applied at the same time. Man rescued after being lost in Ike for 12 days. You can pretty much build a house anywhere. Someday future archaeologists are going to dig up Disney World and think it was Simba's a mouse worshipping kingdom. Glenn, thank you so much for helping me tear up my carpet. I gotta confess, when you called, I misunderstood what you were asking for. That's why I rushed over, but it's fine, whatever, I'm happy to help. Mom killed 3 sons so they wouldn't grow up to abuse women.